Hello and welcome to another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 40th Anniversary Edition. There is a Flight Sim 2024 due out in a few months' time. So that'd be pretty cool. I've only just got into this myself 4 years after release, and it's pretty decent. So I can't imagine what Flight Sim 2024 is. I had a look, and I think it's going to be a day one Game Pass release as well, which is superb news. I think that's absolutely excellent, really. Today's flight is going to be around Malta. Thought I'd have a quick look around the island. It won't be long before I've fully migrated to PC for flight simming because of the apps. I mean, it's sort of upgrading my graphics card has opened up a world of PC gaming for me that I hadn't previously been engaged with. I was like, oh, I'll just use the PC for office stuff and use the Xbox for gaming. But as I've upgraded it, now I'm like, wow, some games do run better on PC. In fact, now that I've upgraded it, I'm sort of thinking I should have just scrapped off the Xbox really and just got a much better PC. But I suppose the Xbox is hugely convenient. You turn it on and it just works. Oh well. Maps. Yeah, this is one thing that, when I'm on PC, I'll be able to have a real-time tracking map and things. I can even control primary control surfaces with the Android apps. I mean, it's fully integrated. That's superb. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, we'll go over to the world map. So, Malta. I'm not 100% about Malta, to be honest. I love Malta, don't get me wrong. I'm just not 100% about exactly the island and flying around it and things. Oh, Valletta, lovely. I know Valletta and Salima. So superb. Really pleased about that already off the bat. We'll fly it from Malta International, and I'd like to go. There's another island over here. Is this the island? I don't think it is. I'll have a look anyway. I think this is where we've been. Oh my God, I left a phone on a bus and I had to follow it all around the bloody island. It's crazy. Right. Let's depart from here. See how I get on with this aircraft as well. Runway 31. Which one's runway 31? Exactly that one. We'll be going south, hopefully. I haven't flown in this little craft before, so that should be interesting. I'm going to give us clear skies, but also I'm going to give us a reasonable time of day. 7:59. I've never known Malta with anything other than clear skies. The Maltese have seen different weather. Okay, well, I've become very familiar with that Cessna, having not had yet, still to date, any fucking training whatsoever on flying. It seems to have, I seem to have picked it up okay, But I did play flight sims in the 90s, so I know that pulling back on the stick makes you go up, and pushing forward makes you go down. And I've just Googled to find out what trim is, so I think I've got an idea of how to trim as well. So that'd be good. I was on one of the streams, somebody said, sort your trim out. And I was like, what are you on about? So I think it's RB and right.
Crafters
right
Alpha
stick.
Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready for departing straight out at runway tree 1.
That is a lovely country.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra altimeter 29.9 2 wind calm departing straight out approved.
Okay, so this is a tiny little craft, isn't it? I really don't know this craft at all. That's a nice big display, isn't it? Okay, so I can look out the windows. Right. Oh, that's my VFR then, isn't it? VFR map. I mean, I think I'm going to be good to go in a second. Battery on. Props turning. Maps at 16%. And put my flaps to. I'll do my flaps in a second then. Well, as far as I can tell, we're all good to take off. We are taking off in a northwesterly direction. So I'm going to bank round and I'll follow the coast up actually. No, we're taking off in a northwesterly direction. I'll 180, head down to the coast and go from there. I've actually had a look around the outside of this aircraft yet, but tiny little thing. It's much smaller than my Cessna, isn't it? I presume. Yeah, the landing gear won't retract. Oh well. So, I think that's my trim sorted out. Now, I don't know about an ideal airspeed or anything, and airspeed and climb and things like that. I don't know anything about that. Oh, something's flashing here. Get that RPM down. Okay. I mean, you can see the whole island, really. Wow, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, I've been around most of the island, but typically on the east side, really. I haven't seen every little town and stuff. I did go on a wreck dive, which was pretty cool. I think I had 2 dives out there. I'd struggled with the very first one, so that was like a bit of a refresher practice dive. Actually, I didn't struggle too much. I mean, I'd sort of, on the flight over to Malta, read up on diving and just reminded myself what to do and what not to do. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So it was a bit of a refresher dive. And then the second dive was a wreck dive, and I think that was off the coast somewhere over here. There's quite a few wrecks around the place. God, that airport's so big, isn't it? It's humongous, really. Like, it's bigger than any one of these towns, really. God, Malta's. You don't get the impression when you're up in Malta, but it's mainly just one big city, isn't it? I mean,
X-Ray Golf Sierra leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Look at Tower Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra frequency change. Look at approach Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cub Crafters CC 19 3 miles south of Lucca 2,900 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Lucca approach. Squawk 0371.
Squawk 0371 Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra radar contact, 3 miles south of Lucca, 3,300 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Okay, I seem to have climbed
Cleared through the
very
Charlie
quickly
airspace,
compared to
Cub
that
Crafters
Cessna.
X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Look at the steepness of those cliffs, but they don't seem to have rendered particularly well. You know, again, it's that 2D satellite image from above that's then just sort of squashed down the side of the cliff, really, which is a shame because it's very obvious when that's done. Oh, I just wanted to sort of I took my hand off the stick, but I couldn't break out that roll. What's my airspeed? So I haven't got any like air brakes on these little light craft, so I'm going to struggle. Probably shouldn't do such a steep dive then. I'm just going to put my flaps down just to try and break my airspeed. Okay. So, God, there's some famous places in Malta. This is on the south side of Valletta, I think. I'm not sure where I'm at. Fabulous island. Fabulous people as well. I don't remember the wind farms or any sort of. I don't know, there's only two there, but I can't even remember. Been to. It's really sensitive to like the RPM of the engine is flashing red all the time. And I think it's because it's over speeding. Okay, so no, it's not. We weren't at Valletta. Valletta's further to the north, which is good. So we get a little bit of time flying around the coast. So I think when I went for a dive, I don't think it was south of Valletta. I think it was quite far south of that. Could have been around here, Marsicana. Seem very touristy, you know, it didn't seem very obviously touristy, but you know, with beaches and high rise, I imagine it is touristy. I mean, I suppose a place will seem touristy depending on what time of year you go. Some huge salt plains to the north. Okay, I think Valletta's just on the other side of this bit here. I think we've just got to travel a little bit around the coast. I think the island runs sort of northwest to southeast, really. I just think of it as being north and south, but the shape of the island is like northwest to southeast. Yeah, there's Valletta. should have loaded up one of my photos from Silemia of Valletta. It's quite a nice one actually. Just goes to show how beautiful Malta is really. Let's see if that's easily accessible. If not, I'll not bother. But where am I? Just trim up a bit. Liking this trim. It's quite a big photo. Well, it's quite a wide. From what I remember, it was a panoramic I took. But I don't know. I've put different photos in different places. Okay, here's one photo of. I don't know exactly. What do I say about it? Diving and sailing around the island of Malta was just how blue the waters are, which seems to be the case now as well. Malta is one of the most incredible countries and has earned a place in my heart. That's so true. I took this photo of a ship anchored in Salima harbour with Valletta and its prominent basilica of Our Lady of Mount Carmel in the background. So that's that picture there, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Actually, the real nice picture of Malta that I've taken. Oh, that's St. Michael's Mount that we flew to the other day. Oh, okay. Oh, I've got a really nice picture of Malta then somewhere, but not here. Oh, I've got so many pictures to get sorted out and uploaded. I'm just shockingly behind in these things, but oh well. So yeah, blue waters. Anyway, a lot of sailing ships. Is this Valletta now? I mean, I missed the boat looking at all that. Looking at that boat caused me to miss the boat. Right. Where are we at? This could be Salima. We've brought it down or anywhere but home. Beautiful self. I don't know what the lyrics are. Those are the lyrics in my mind. Okay, not sure where that is. I think Salima. Just trying to think where that island is. Yeah, I think this is Valletta. Yeah, that's Valletta. Okay. So when you go to Malta, that's really where you want to be looking around. That's the main part of Malta. I don't know, would you say like the capital, if you could say the capital? I don't know if it is the capital or not, to be honest, but it certainly is the main attraction, I think. Especially some of the bars that have been attended by celebrities and stuff. I think Hemingway had a particularly favourite bar, but I could be wrong. Could be massively wrong there. Doesn't sound right, does it? So yeah, it's pretty cool. I've walked all around Valletta. nice big town square as well in Valletta. Don't know where exactly yet. Somewhere. This has been a pleasure to fly this craft actually. I mean the Cessna's been nice, but this feels so easy. Like it just feels like a beginner aircraft, which is perfect for me. So I don't know where the square. Oh, it's there. Actually, I've got some good shots again in that square. It's not 3D elevated or anything, but it's what it is. I did download the pack particularly for Malta and somewhere else, Italy, Sicily, and I don't know if this is like the 3D buildings. I don't know if that's part of the pack or what. Really, I should have had a look before. Yeah, so the hotel we stayed in, which has changed hands a lot now, and definitely since we stayed. I think it was a lot of timeshare apartments and stuff. Is directly in front, I think, pretty much, like on the sort of coast or whatever you call it, on the harbour side, water side. It's one of these somewhere around here. This is the main town. There's a shopping centre just there where I'm looking. Didn't really buy a lot, to be honest, when I was in Malta. I can't really remember walking much around here. I mean, we didn't rent a car, so because we took buses a lot of places actually. Which was, I think it's fine to do that actually. I can't remember having a difficult experience apart from leaving my phone on the bus. Now, the photo I took was from the hotel across the water. A photo that I've not yet shown you. I don't know if it was. I think it was of that area there, but it could just as well have been this island. I don't think it was of the island though. To be honest, no, I think it was of Valletta across the water. I can't remember going on this island at all. Maybe you wouldn't do. Maybe it's like not particularly touristy. Maybe it's just industrial. I just can't remember. We had a harbour tour anyway. We went on a boat around the harbour. And that was nice. All this waterway here, we had a little tour on. My throttle's so low at the moment, I don't know, it seems strange, like it's been beeping at me for high RPM, and yet I'm only at like, it feels like 20% or even less throttle. I've got an airspeed of like over 70, which is strange. Okay, so this is Salima then, which is big, a big place. I mean, it's huge, isn't it, really? Like I said, Malta seems really quite rural, but when you fly above it now, it just looks like one big city, doesn't it, really, with just patches of green, but like, when you're there, I don't know, it felt much more rural. But maybe that's the difference between like this side of the island and the north of the island. There was a restaurant in, oh, I might have favourited it, Marsac's Lock. Oh, yeah, I have favourited it, Three Sisters, which is on the harbour basically, and they serve catch of the day. You know, it's brought in the morning, it's out on your plate early afternoon, and it's absolutely superb. So delicious. Now, I did like the north side of the island. I'm not a huge fan of urban sprawl myself, high-rise buildings and things like that. Yeah, on the north side of the island, it's a little bit more natural.
122.775
But it doesn't seem like it looking at it now.
7006.
Just want to try and climb, so I'm just going to up my trim. I don't seem to be trimming.
Looker approach Ryanair
Have I not got
700
trim? Is that the
610,000
problem?
feet. Ryanair 7006 Looker approach altimeter 29.902. Continue to key gear as planned. Ryanair 7006 contact Malta Center on 122.775. Good day.
I can't see those secondary control surfaces. I certainly can't see the tabs going up and down.
122.775
So maybe there is no trim on this plane. I don't know. It seems a bit strange that on the Cessna there's a trim wheel.
Looker approach Ryanair 700,610,000 feet. Ryanair 7006
It's only a
Looker
fraction of a
approach
degree the
altimeter
trim.
29.902. Continue
I wonder
to
if you
key gear as
just
planned.
trim to stay level and that's it. You don't trim to like climb. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. No, you can trim to climb. Oh, I don't understand it then.
Ryanair 7006
Oh, look at
contact
that
Malta
bridge.
Center on 122.775.
Ooh. That's strange that you can see this domed building here, but there is a huge basilica in Valletta that just wasn't visible. Just didn't show up.
Going to 122.775 Ryanair 7006.
Here's that domed building. I can't remember visiting here, to be
Looker
fair.
approach Ryanair 7006 is passing
Gloucester
10,000
Parish.
feet, descending 3,000 feet. Ryanair 7006 Looker approach altimeter 29.902.
Huge amount of urban sprawl, isn't it, Malta? It's just that's an eye opener, actually, if I'm honest. Like, that's an absolute eye opener. Let's head back to the northwest side of the island. Anyway, and is it Gozo maybe, the neighbouring island? I wanted to call it because there's a neighbouring island to Lanzarote that's Futuria or Few, I can't remember. It begins with F anyway, and I wanted to call it that, but it's not that. So I really liked the island to the north, but I don't know if it is this large island. I'm just trying to Gozo, Malta. Let's just have a look, and that's where we'll fly to then. Yeah, it is. It's Gozo. Okay, it just doesn't come up on Google Maps as the name of the island. There is the main city, the capital is like Victoria, but it doesn't say. So it's all part of Malta. I presume it's all the same sovereign state, if you like. Yeah, this is certainly where it gets much greener and a little bit more rural in nature. And just feels a lot more Mediterranean, really. Fabulous island. So much smaller than I remember it being. I mean, it feels like you could walk the circumference of the island in a week. Do you know what I mean? I can literally just sticking around the coast. Do you know what I mean? It'd be a challenge, couldn't it? I mean, it'd be a challenge if I lived there. I wouldn't fly out there for a week just to walk around the bloody island. Miss all the interesting bits on the inside. I had a right panic when I left my phone on the bus hall. Well, not my. I mean, I took a dedicated camera with me, a DSLR, and that's very hard to like forget places. Do you know what I mean? But I was using my mobile phone for shooting videos. To be honest, like and it's great for shooting HD videos. So I had a lot of videos. I did have some photos on there, more like ad hoc photos and things like that. And so I was absolutely gutted to have left it. We walked around here, this region, but I can't remember why or for. I think partly it was to recover my phone or to get back to where I thought I'd lost it. I don't know, God knows. But now, if I go somewhere and I'm taking a good amount of photos and things during the day, I too easily does Google Photos fill up, so I can't really rely on that as a backup, and it will burn through data. So you've got to be careful. But I'll actually just go back to a hotel room and just back it up onto whatever, you know, if I put a tablet. I've even taken laptops on holiday. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like using tablets, touchscreen, and I've got a thin laptop, so might as well just stick with a laptop really. The only difference between a laptop and a tablet is a keyboard, more or less nowadays. Seems a bit sad, doesn't it, taking your laptop away on holiday? It's such an intriguing island, really. Signs of volcanic activity at some point. Right, let's head over to Gozo then. So how did we get to Gozo? Well, it must have been a boat journey. I just can't remember that boat journey, to be fair. It's been a hell of a bus journey as well. Must have set off quite early in the morning. See, my flight isn't level, my nose is poking up. So if I now trim down, am I going to lose altitude though? Vertical speed leveling out. I'm actually gaining now. I mean, I haven't got to worry about fuel efficiency on flights like this. I'm just going to yaw. Let's go Gozo.
Ryanair 7006, you are 16 miles southeast of Lucca. Contact Lucca Tower on 133.9 when inbound. Tower on 133.9 Ryanair 7006.
Okay. Yeah, so it must have been a hell of a boat ride across there then. Like an hour or two. It's an hour's boat ride, isn't it, really? I don't think we flew from one island to another, so I just can't remember taking a boat across. Really struggling to think about taking a boat across. It's really weird. No. Knows. Yeah, this is where the where this like Azure thing was. can't remember what it is. What? Wonder of the natural world, Gozo. Oh, the Azure window. It says here is a 50-meter high rock arch in the Duerja Point cliffs. The sea has formed a hole through it, forming the window. Natural wonder is a spectacular scene, but it's gone, like I said. Yeah, I mean, Gozo certainly is well praised as an island. We stopped at a fantastic restaurant as well. It was such a wonderful setting. Reminded me of, like a Greek island actually. And yeah, it was just so warm but lovely shaded restaurant. It was sublime. So we must have picked up a coach journey. It must have been an all-in-one sort of package, really. I remember us going and seeing lace manufacturing as well. I think Gozo's famed for its handmade lace garments. Maybe there was something going on with silk, I'm not sure, but I think we went to where I'm flying now on the north side of the island. Yeah, like still on the tour, it was like stop off at the Azure window, which no longer exists. But they're like the sort of big diving well in the sea, this deep blue hole that exists. Oh, I think we had a boat tour on the north side of the island as well. Actually, I vaguely remember that. A bit of I don't think it was a kayak, but it was something anyway. Rowing boats or a speedboat, I'm not sure. So yeah, there we are. Don't automatically recognize this. It's weird. I mean, I think the detail is superb. Having come from flight sims in the 90s. Like the detail is brilliant, but it also doesn't really strike. It does strike me as a technical flight sim rather than a sort of sightseeing tour sim, which is what I'm using it for. Just because of the way some of the graphics are rendered, so it's not really supposed to be observed at an altitude of less than 1,000 feet. Really, some of the things that aren't 3D just do look odd, like the bottom there. Whereas if you were at 3,000 feet, that would probably look okay. Yeah, so it's a nice island. I haven't got a lot to say because it's been a while. I can't remember when it went. Was it 2017 maybe? I think so, vaguely. It was about 5 years ago, but I do have some fond memories of it. I just can't remember all the different places, the names and the journeys and things. We went there. I think there's a large religious building on the hill there. May have been there. Did take some good panoramic shots from a hill like that. Or that one, or that one. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, excuse me. This is why I'm enjoying this flight sim. I'm like, oh, I'm too tired to bother playing something too demanding. I wanted something chilled, and it's like this now seems to be my like go-to for just chilled. It really does chill me out. Absolutely love it. I think the Maltese tourist board took that photo off me. Actually, I'm just thinking about it. Um, I think they had it off me. I remember some correspondence about that, and I mean, I still have rights to use it. Don't get me wrong. We'll just have a look. Malta tourism. Don't know. I'll dig it out and then I'll put a link to it. I'm sure. I'll put it up online. It's a nice photo. It was a good one. Oh, I did one where I made it into a little planet as well. That's quite cool. Yeah, so it's a nice island, Gozo. If you lived out there, you'd have to be brought into Malta and then shipped across from there. I don't think there are any. I can't see an airfield. Yeah. Yeah, the nearest airport is Malta's main airport, I think. Yeah. Not even an airstrip. But for like, you know, the distance between Gozo and main island, probably doesn't really need its own airstrip. It's still quite built up though, this little island of Gozo. Right, well, that's that's attractive river, isn't it, as well? It's a good bit of meandering going on there. What I'm going to do is just see how quickly we're going to get over to. Sorry, not quick at all. Oh my god. Not in this thing anyway. So I'll do that as a separate flight. It won't be quick to Tunisia. So we'll head back to Malta's main airport and we'll land down there. But yeah, I highly recommend if you're thinking of going somewhere Mediterranean, Europe. Malta is a beautiful island that I don't know. I mean, if you're like a rush sort of sightseeing person, just going to sightsee, I think 3 days would be enough for a stop off in Malta. To be honest, like you could easily spend some time in Valletta, find some nice restaurants, etc. If you want to really chill out, just relax, spa and things like that. Yeah, a week. But I honestly, I think 3 or 4 days would be fine if you pushed for time and you had other destinations on your hands. Then yeah, that would be fine. Ooh, throttle down a bit there. Actually, throttle down quite a bit. Trim down a bit. What's going on here? Right, let's get the nose down again. Throttle down a bit there. We're still over speed, RPM wise. I think that's what it's telling me. Yeah. Really doesn't like. Too much throttle. Okay, that's that bit done. Now what I'm struggling with is trim, but we'll get there. Okay, so there's Malta's international airport. Like I said earlier, I seem to have lost the guidance to actually. It'll tell me where the pattern start is, but it doesn't tell me where to actually where to land.
Look at Tower Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is 10 miles northwest, 4,500 feet with Oscar to land.
Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Luca Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind com enter left downwind runway tree 1.
Enter left downwind runway tree 1 Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, so there's the pattern entry. But once I hit that pattern entry, I have no idea where to go from there because I've lost all the guides, like the red things that I keep calling ILS. I don't know. I think they're called ILS. They were back in the day. Yeah, they seem to have disappeared, and I don't know why that is the case. Don't start throttling down. You don't need to throttle down yet. Right. See, it appeared.
Luca approach Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cub Crafters CC 19 8 miles northwest of Luca 3,900 feet.
And then it's disappeared.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Luca approach. Squawk 5067.
Luca approach Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cub Crafters CC 19 7 miles northwest of Luca 3,600
I mean, I'm just going to touch down on
Request clearance to transition
runway that
Charlie
goes
airspace.
northwest to southeast.
Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Luca approach. Squawk 0447.
That's easiest, I think.
Squawk 0447 Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra radar contact 6 miles northwest of Luca 3,200 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain on navigation.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Convinced about this trim. Well, at least we've lined up the runway quite neatly. Oh god. Oh. So this is flying a plane around a small Mediterranean island is the correct thing to do before bed. Yeah, for sure. I think this is a lighter weight aircraft than the Cessna, so I presume I need to be throttling down quite a bit because Probably gonna if the Cessna's landing at something like what is it, 52 knots, and that's what airspeed I'm looking for maximum for this craft. I would have thought.
Lookout Tower Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is 2 miles northwest, 1,900 feet with Oscar to land.
Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Lookout Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er, 2 wind calm fly, left downwind runway tree 1.
Fly left traffic runway.
Oh,
Tree
now
1
they've
Cub
appeared.
Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I'm going on the wrong way, the wrong bloody way. Oh well. Don't know what direction the wind is in. Of course, you can tell if I can see a windsock.
500.
I know right now will reduce my speed, but I've got my foot completely off the throttle, so there's not much I can do in terms of speed reduction now. Let's put the flaps down. Maybe a bit more.
Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Not clear to land. Off the runway here then.
Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway. Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra contact ground on 121.6.
Going to
121.
121.6 Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Oh, he's doing it automatically. Oh well. Well, I landed tower. That's a bitch. Let's take up one of those gates reserved for the 747s. There isn't one actually. I'm just idling over and it's still pulling me along at some tremendous speed anyway. Oh, there we have it. The world's most dangerous lighting. I don't know what. Oh, it's only been a little 45-minute flight, that. That's nothing, really. But, yeah, it's been a pleasant little flight around Malta anyway. I don't think I could do another flight today because it's just every time I do a flight, I'm just that little bit more tired. And, oh, I suppose it's bedtime. Oh, God. 11 o'clock. Right. I might have a game of something else just for a little bit. Or I might watch a movie. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm back on later, I'm back on. In a bit.